you sit and work these. Okay? So the first one we're going to get into is just a regular crunch cradle. Okay? A lot of the times, just like on our feet, when we're on top, we're in an offensive position. Okay? We're looking to score. We want to be aggressive. We're looking for pins. Okay? I started the season out this year 10-0 with 10 first period falls, nobody making it past 3 minutes. Okay? And the first 10 matches. Okay? It all came from cradles. All were the same cradle. Okay? The first thing I like to do when I'm on top to set my cradles up is always make this guy feel threatened. I'm going to chop him. Okay? And when I chop him, hands get heavy, head goes to the mat, it stops his first move, and it makes him have a defensive mindset. Okay? He knows I'm aggressive on top, looking for a turn. He's thinking already as I chop him, he doesn't want to get turned here. Okay? The first thing I do, as soon as I hear the whistle, I'm chopping. Okay? Keeping that knee in the butt. Pulling him over that arm here. Okay? Waist hand. I'm going to feed the chop hand to my waist hand. Okay? I'm grabbing. Okay? Holding it. Mike's going to want to build up. He's going to pull his head up. As soon as he does, I cover his head. Okay? I'm on my knees. I pop from off my knees here. I'm on my toes. I cover the head. Can everybody see? I grab the chin. Okay? I'm going to twist. As I twist, my elbow is going to go down. Okay? So here, circle. I chop him. I feed the hand. He starts to come up. On my toes, putting weight on him. Grabbing on the chin. Twisting. Okay, elbow goes down. As I do, my back leg, circle. My back leg here is going to knee pull. Okay, as I go to crunch here, I'm knee pulling. Okay, knee pulling and into him. Knocking him off his base here. Okay, as I do this, okay, as I knee pull, I take 2 steps. I take 2 legs here, behind one. Okay, my hand that's on the wrist is going to drop to the back of the leg, and I'm going to drive into him here. Okay, as I do that, I load his leg up on my hip. I'm going to take a big step to the head and sag my hips here. Here. Going for the pin. All right, again, we're going chop. He goes to build that head up. We feed the arm. He builds the head up. I'm covering, grabbing at the chin. Elbows getting pulled down. As I'm doing this, I'm knee pulling. Okay, pulling his leg closer to his head, sinking back. Okay, 2 legs, 2 knees drop behind his leg here. Okay, I'm releasing, going to the back of the thigh, driving into him. Here, knocking him down off his base. Big step towards his head, sinking my hips. That's a crunch cradle. Okay, the next 2 cradles we're going to go off of are a cross-face cradle. Okay, same thing. I like to have a setup when I'm on top. Again, my setup, I like to go chop. Okay, I'm going to chop. Okay, get all the weight on his head and hands here, making him think defense. Okay, this time I'm going to let him pop up. As soon as he pops up, I cross face. I'm on my toes. Chest is on him, making him feel my weight. Okay, putting pressure on this guy. Cross face. Right at the top of the elbow, I snag it out here. Snag. Okay, I'm pulling. This is staying tight. I'm staying on my toes, putting weight on him, making this guy feel pressure. Okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to jump sides, but I'm never separating my hips. Hips never separate. Okay? My hips stay down, and I'm going to move sides, and I'm going to slide my hips across his. Okay? I'm jumping sides, I'm sliding my hips across his, and I'm dropping 2 knees behind this leg. Here. Okay? As I do, my knees go wide, and it'll straighten this leg out. It's putting the knee in an awkward position here. Okay? Now all we do when we lock up this cradle, we don't release the arm and lock here. We keep the cross face, lock on our own wrist. Take them back into them. Maybe some of you will roll them through. Locking on my own wrist, sucking them back. Here. Okay? Looking for the pin. Arms go from wide to narrow. Knee goes to the side. Here. Again. Cross face cradle. Setting it up with a chop. We chop. He pops back up. On my toes. shooting it across, pulling out the cradle here. If he's up, I can post my hand. That leg's already up. And jump to that side and sink. Here. Okay, a lot of the times the guy's going to fight us a little bit. Knee's going to be down. Okay, on my toes, putting pressure on them. Hips are staying glued, I'm sliding off to the side. Getting both knees behind here. Okay, both knees sink behind the leg. I spread them and get wide. Straighten out his leg. Here. Pulling them to it, locking on my own wrist, taking them back. Knee goes in the side. Arms go from being wide to narrow. Straightening my arms. Looking for the pin. Last cradle. This is the one I've been most successful with. This is what I use since I was a young kid. I just found out different ways and strategies and techniques that were working for me. And finally, I feel like I came across a cradle that was unstoppable. And it's a cross-face cradle, but I'm using legs and hip pressure to make this guy turn. So again, you can set this cradle up by chopping. Most of the time when I get this cradle, my first whistle move is I'm jumping across to get to my crossface. Here. Okay? You guys, if you feel comfortable chopping to get to your crossface, you can do that. Now when I get to my crossface, okay, I'm going to drop down and I'm going to pick his far ankle, his outside ankle, okay? I'm going to drive him forward. As I drive him forward, everybody's looking. As I'm pulling and driving forward, my near leg comes in. Okay? So I'm pulling, driving him forward. My near leg comes and slips on. So I flatten him out here. Okay? I figure forward my legs. Can everybody see? If you can't, stand up and look. Okay? I'm figure forward here. My hips are staying down and into him. Okay? I'm keeping pressure on this guy. Here. Okay? Now when I want to go, I take my hand. Close my head. I take my hand. I start pulling. I start pulling myself here. Okay? I start pulling here. Okay? Keeping the crossface tight. Hip pressure got to stay in. It's going to hurt. Okay. Hip pressure got to stay in. I keep the crossface. Now I go and find that leg. Hand goes behind the knee. I post. Okay? I don't release this post. It never moves now. Okay? With my hip pressure. Okay? I'm going to try to force him to a cradle. But with my hip pressure, he can't turn. So what I'm doing is I'm putting pain on my opponent here. Okay? I'm making him struggle. Almost to the point where he wants to get cradled. Mike, how bad does it hurt?
Yeah, you just do it.
All right, so then, now that I got pressure on him, I release, and I'm going to sag back and pull his head and arm to his knee here. Again, locking on my own wrist, getting into him, running him over, knee to the side, arms narrow. Again, chop. He pops up. Crossface. Getting our weight on him. Okay, going to the ankle. Driving him forward. Throwing our near leg in. Here. Hips go down. Okay, figure four in the leg. Keeping hip pressure into him. Okay, reaching with my hand. Scooting. Scooting here. Okay, I find the knee. Hand's going to post right below the knee. Mid-calf. Okay, and all I'm going to do is keep my hip pressure and try to force him to cradle here, just to put pain on. Okay, to hurt my guy down here. Okay, it almost feels like it's going to rip his groin. He can't bend until I want him to. Now I release the hip pressure, slide back, pull his head and elbow to his knee. Here. Maybe roll through. Take him to his back here. Knee goes in the side, arms narrow. Any questions?
How'd that feel, Coach?
Good. All right, let's work it. 1, 2, 3.